Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Amin here, and I am so excited to finally be making this video. This idea has been in the back of my mind for many years, and over the years I've been jotting down all the different things that I want to say in this video if I ever came to the point where I felt comfortable enough making it. And so I hope today's video will be empowering for you and convince you to step out of your comfort zone and begin exploring the world of solo dating. If you've been on my channel before, you know that in general, I like spending a lot of time on my own. I am generally an introverted person, but I also think it's really important, even if you're not introverted, to get really comfortable being alone, doing things by yourself without having to rely on people. I do want to start off by saying that being alone doesn't mean that you're lonely. I think it's a song lyric, and I always keep this in the back of my head. I am not lonely. I am married. I have a great group of friends. I hang out with my siblings all the time. I don't hang out alone because I have nobody else to hang out with. I hang out alone because I want to hang out with myself. And I think that's a really important distinction to make. And one of the things that I always think about is how you will be your oldest friend. As an introvert, I realized that I actually spent a lot of time solo dating without really putting a term on it. All throughout undergrad, I would always spend time going to cafes by myself, studying, which is a lot easier when you're a student. You have like things that you have to do. I always like going to the grocery store by myself. I still do. I went to the mall every week by myself. And then when I went to graduate school, I lived in New York, and I realized that there's so much to explore and there's so much to see, and having to plan that with somebody else is actually like a hassle. Like, you have to schedule things with another person, you have to take into account their interests, you know, what they like to eat, what they like to do, and just having to rely on other people was something that was a hindrance for me. Like, I wanted to go out and explore and really do things that were intriguing to me. That doesn't mean that everybody had to have the same interests that I did. And so that's when I actually started using the word solo dating, and I would kind of use it as a way to tell other people that I was gonna go out and about, like for safety reasons, but I didn't want them to come with me, if that made sense. Like, sometimes when you tell somebody that you're gonna go do something alone, they're like, oh, do you want me to come with you? As if that's the default, that you need to have somebody there with you. And just by kind of addressing it and saying, oh, I'm gonna go spend some time alone, I'm gonna go on a solo date, they kind of say, okay, yeah, that's cool, go spend time on your own. And so that's kind of how my journey has been throughout solo dating. And then I moved back home with my family after graduating, and I realized quickly that I was kind of going backwards in my journey of independence and solitude, and obviously living with younger siblings and parents and just a loud Punjabi family was very different than the lifestyle I had lived as a student, where I moved away from home for 6 years. And so this is when I had to start exploring different options, different ways that I could spend time alone while keeping the safety factor in the back of my mind, because parents are generally worried. Like, it's not normal to them, and this might also be like an immigrant parent thing. It's not normal for them to have you spending time alone willingly. But eventually, over time, I think they just got used to the fact that I like being alone and I like doing things alone. Like, I remember the first time I said I was gonna go watch a movie alone, and my mom was like, why? Nobody else wants to go with you? I just want to go by myself. And she was like, oh, weird concept, but okay, sure, you do you. So it's kind of a journey that you have to go through for yourself, obviously, to be comfortable enough to go to the movie alone, which for whatever reason was a huge hindrance for me. That was like one of the more high stakes activities, which we'll talk about: low stakes, medium stakes, and high stakes. I don't know why going to the movies was high stakes for me. And just telling them like one time that I want to go by myself, kind of want to do this alone, experience it alone, they were kind of like, okay, yeah, that's fine, I guess. Like, you do you. It doesn't mean I want to do it, which is fine. They don't have to do it, but I want to do it by myself. And then eventually I built up actually to traveling alone, which was also something that they were concerned about. safety wise. Like, why are you going alone again? Like, nobody else wants to go with you. Like, what's going on here? And I've only been on one solo trip, but I am really excited about potentially planning more. And then also, now that I'm married, I am now in a new family, and this family doesn't necessarily know that I really like doing things by myself, like traveling alone. So kind of had to experience that whole journey all over again with a new set of people. Obviously my husband knows and is very supportive, but I think we have to take baby steps until we get to that point again. For today's video, we're gonna break it up into two different parts. The first part, I'm gonna take you along with me for a full day out and about on my own. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you some tips and tricks on how you can achieve being comfortable spending time alone. Good morning, everybody. It is a gorgeous Saturday. It's like 19 degrees today, which is like my optimal temperature. Once it gets beyond like 24, it's too hot for me. But the reason for this video, for this vlog, is because I am doing a solo date today. Dharm is out with his friends. They went to the beach today, and I thought I would take this opportunity to take myself to downtown and just do my own thing. I was thinking of going to a cafe, reading a book. I booked a pedicure as well. I just thought I would like explore the area. The neighborhood I'm going to today is Trinity Bellwoods. They have some thrift stores there as well, but some of them, from what I can tell on Google, are like a little bit more like consignment, high-end stores, and that's not really in my budget currently. But I'm gonna take you guys along with me for a quick little trip into the city. I have not been on a official solo date in quite some time. I don't remember when like the last planned date I had was. I do things here and there, like I go to the mall by myself, like at least once a month, but something more official, like out and about in public, I haven't done that. I'm gonna quickly show you my outfit. I decided to wear layers today because yesterday we went to a food festival and I was not dressed appropriately and I was cold by night, but I'm not gonna be out that long, only a couple hours maybe, but still, I'll show you guys what I'm wearing. This outfit is different from my usual style. It's more like baggy chic. And my shoes don't really go, but because I'm getting a pedicure, I want to make sure my toes are open. So I've worn this exact top combination with the linen shorts that go with this set, and I posted it on my Instagram because I wore it in Santa Monica. But I'm wearing these pants, which I think are gonna be like my go-to pants. They're the ones from Old Navy. Actually, my entire freaking outfit is from Old Navy. But yeah, these are like their like utility pants, I think. They're just so comfortable and so baggy, and honestly, actually I'm gonna go into this, give me a minute. But yeah, this tank top is also from Old Navy, and this linen shirt is also from Old Navy. What I was gonna go into is I forgot how it felt like to be catcalled. Like, honestly, this is the realistic part of, you know, going places alone, being a female, having a big butt, or even just any butt in general. I don't know how small butt girls feel about this, or if they get this as much, but obviously with the summer, like, I'm getting out and about more often, and I was doing this a lot in New York too, but I don't remember being catcalled that much in New York. I don't know if it's Toronto culture or like what's going on, but like, actually that's not true. When we went to Scottsdale with my friends for her bachelorette trip, there was one really funny story. I was like kind of catcalled, but it was kind of like, it was so funny. Like, this guy literally lost his mind. Like, he was like driving down the street, and I shouldn't be making a joke out of it. Like, it's harassment, right? Like, at the end of the day, it's harassment. This is not where I thought this video was gonna go. Where did I go? Oh, I went to the grocery store, and it was in Toronto. Like, I think I was going to pick up Dharm from work, and I stopped by a grocery store, and I was trying to get flowers for my cousin and my sister's graduation, and I was wearing leggings, and I didn't think about this, but this guy like almost started following me because I couldn't find the entrance to the store. It's like in a mall. I couldn't find the entrance. The guy almost started following me, so I had to call Dharm and just pretend like I was on the phone. I was on the phone with him, but he was like, what? So I tell him in Punjabi, like, this guy is like kind of following me, and then I was like, maybe it's because I'm wearing, not that it's right to do this no matter what I'm wearing, but like I felt more self-conscious because I was wearing leggings. So that's partly why I'm wearing this outfit today, is that my pants are baggy and my butt is not going to be defined. And no, these are the realities of doing things solo as a female. Like, there is in the back of your mind always a thought of like being harassed or being in unsafe areas, and you just kind of have to like be prepared and be safe. So generally I wear headphones. Like, I'll show you guys too. I didn't think I was gonna go into this in this video, but like, yeah, I guess this is like the downside of it. I usually wear wired headphones when I am out and about and I want to listen to music, so it's like I can just take it out. Like I don't want it to be not obvious that I have something in my ears. So if people are trying to talk to me, like it's very obvious that I can't hear them or I can't hear them. My music is always very, very low, so I can hear everybody. And then it's like they're like the white iPhone wires, but I prefer to wear those than like wireless earbuds. Just cause like again, I want to make it very evident that I have something in my ears. And so people hopefully will bother me less. But anyways, so now I'm getting really sweaty. I haven't vlogged in so long. I'm gonna get my stuff. I'm gonna pack up my bag. So just packing up my bag, I'm going to take this book with me. I have this very large Kate Spade bag that I've had for like 8 years. This is my current book, Demon Copperhead. I actually have 3 books out from the library. I'm falling very behind on my reading, and the reason for that is, oh my god, I'm such an overshare, I can't stop talking. The reason for that is because Darm works shift, like his schedule is shift schedules. So there's 2 weeks that he's working day shift and then 2 weeks that he's working night shift. And the 2 weeks that he's working days, like we just spend a lot of time together because we like each other. And the weeks that he's working nights, I have a lot more free time. Their schedule is kind of opposite. So he's finishing up his 2 weeks of days and he's starting nights next week. So I'll probably finish this book in the next week. And then I have 2 others from the library that I need to finish as well. I don't even know if I can renew them, so I have to be a little bit more productive. So I'm gonna take the book. I don't want to do any work at the cafe. Like I don't want to lug around my laptop or like my iPad or anything. I just want to have a relaxing, chill day. So we're gonna do some reading, maybe some thrifting, and then some self-care pedicuring. An update, I changed my mind on the bag. I decided to do a canvas tote bag because it just seems more like city girl chic, you know what I mean? You definitely know what I mean. But yeah, I'm gonna take this bag. I wear it inside out. There's safety. I don't know if I'm like obsessed with safety, but like I am, maybe a little bit more than that. I don't know if it's more than the average person, but it's from when I was in grad school at Sarah Lawrence. If you're watching this vlog, obviously you know I went to Sarah Lawrence, I'm a genetic counselor, blah, blah, blah. But I just don't want other people knowing that, you know? I don't want people to like figure out who I am. So I like to be mysterious. It's also why I like big cities, because I like to be mysterious. But yeah, so I'm gonna take this tote with me instead, and I'm gonna drive down, and I already found a parking spot and everything, so let's go. Apologies for the lighting. I just parked. It is so busy outside. It's like really exciting to see so many people out and about on a beautiful sunny day. And I totally forgot that it's the flower market this weekend. I put it in my calendar, like I was supposed to go today. I totally forgot. I planned this entire day, like forgetting the fact that I wanted to go there, but it actually is in the same exact area where I was planning my second plan that was supposed to include the flower market. So I'm really excited to go there. They only put it once a month for a few months, like in the nice weather. So I'm hoping to get some nice flowers I can take home. Really excited. I might ask to bump up my pedicure appointment because at 3 p.m. it's 12 o'clock right now. I'd rather do that first and then walk around because I don't want the flowers to like sit in the car and die. From speaking from experience, when you put flowers in the car and it's hot, they die. So I might do that. I might just call them and be like, hey, can I come in like right now? So we'll see. Okay, I just changed my pedicure appointment to be at 12:30, so I have 30 minutes to park, get out of here, walk there. And it's actually good because I'm not hungry at all. I did have a coffee this morning when I woke up, so I don't really want to go to a cafe and like just get coffee for the sake of getting coffee. So after 12:30, I'll probably go somewhere, get lunch, read my book, and then we'll do the flower market. And I don't know about thrifting, but we'll see. We'll see what's in the area.
Me wind and rain.
Just got back. I have been out from 11 to like 5 p.m. and I'm just gonna eat my takeout. I got a Cuban sandwich and it was very expensive, but it was like a restaurant, not like a takeout place. But I wanted to come home and watch Bridgerton because new episodes have released. So that's what I'm gonna do for tonight. I had the best day. Like, if you guys have been on my channel before, I used to live in New York for grad school, and when I moved back home for my man, who is now my husband, I was like a little bit sad about not having like that independence that I had in New York. Like, I did whatever I wanted. It's a huge city, like the anonymity thing again, right? Like, I like being in big cities, doing whatever you want, like no one giving a shit that you're alone. And the city came alive. Like, it's the first really nice Saturday that we've had, and so everyone was out and about. I felt super safe. Like I said, I was in that Trinity Bellwoods, like Liberty Village area, and it was popping. Like, every single place I went to was absolutely packed, like waiting in lines everywhere, and I loved it. It's like being on like summer in the city. Like, if you guys haven't been to Toronto before, summer in Toronto is epic. Like, everyone is just such in a good mood. People were so kind to each other, so nice to each other. Like, sometimes it's not like that. I think it also depends on the area that you go into. Like, if you go into like the financial district, the vibe is very different. But anyways, all of that to say, I had a great day. Nothing really went to plan, as you know. I changed my pedicure appointment. I went to the cafe at a different time. I ended up coming back later than I wanted to. And all of that is totally okay because I was by myself. Like, this is the one thing, I talked about it in my solo travel vlog when I went to Vancouver by myself. I switched around the itinerary so many times, and it really doesn't matter because you get to do whatever you want when you're doing things by yourself, and it's amazing. And so I'm really excited to get out there and do another solo day. I'm off on Friday, and I think I'm gonna do like either an art gallery or a museum during the daytime, because it's gonna be less busy and then going like on a weekend or in the evenings. So I'm gonna do that, I think. And I also want to get a haircut. I already have an appointment to get my nails done, which is why I didn't get like a manicure or anything, because I made this appointment like a month ago with my usual girl. So I'm gonna do that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want me to make more like solo date vlogs, let me know. This is definitely an area that I want to grow and expand. I'm for sure looking into where I can travel to next. Only been to one place, which was Vancouver, my first solo trip ever. And then I got married last year and didn't have time / money to do anything. Currently still don't have time / money, mostly money, to do anything. But I definitely think like a weekend trip or something might be in the works. I would love to go to Europe alone, but that might be like a baby step situation. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making it. I will be vlogging more stuff in the future, of course. If this is something that you're interested in doing, I would suggest start off by making a list of activities that you want to do for every season. So for example, I live in Toronto, we have all 4 seasons, and so the way I live my life is very dependent on which month it is and what the weather is. So if it's summertime, obviously I'm going to be out and about. Even in spring I can be out and about. Winter is a whole different story, and I do not enjoy winter, but I do have like a list of bucket list items, for example, that I would want to do every winter, things that I want to do every spring, every summer, things like that. And then if you were to go down the list one by one, think to yourself, how many of these things do you actually need somebody else to do with? How many of these things can you actually do by yourself? You'll probably be surprised at the majority of things you could do on your own. Does that mean you're comfortable doing them? No. Does that mean it's conventional to do them alone? No, but you can technically do them by yourself. There are some mini steps that you can take to kind of build yourself up to be comfortable being in those situations and being in those environments. The easiest way to start off by doing this is picking a very low stakes activity. Low stakes activities can be something where you know other people are also going to be doing it alone. So for example, going for a haircut. Most people go to haircuts alone, right? They don't bring in somebody with them. Going to get a facial, going to get a massage, all of these appointments, usually solitary activities. If somebody were to go to a library, lots of people go to libraries alone. Lots of people go to cafes alone. Cafes, I understand, can be a little bit of a tricky situation because other people are around you, but trust me, nobody is looking at you. Nobody is thinking about the fact that you're alone because everybody's too worried about themselves. And so most people in cafes are there alone. A lot of people go to study or work, and so if that's something that you're worried about, is just sitting there by yourself at a table, eating something, drinking coffee, take a book with you. take your laptop with you. Once you've mastered some of these low stakes activities, then you can kind of bump it up, you know, go to the mall by yourself. That's something that a lot of people I'd never realized don't do, but I do it all the time, like at least once a week, depending on, again, the season. Winter times especially, because there's like nothing else to do. I go to the mall once a week, just walk around, get yourself, you know, a nice drink, go pop into the stores. You never have to be on anybody else's timeline, which is crucial, because especially when I go to the mall with like my husband, for example, he does not like shopping. He doesn't want to go to this store or that store. He gives me literally a limit of how many stores I can go into and how much time I can spend at each store. The other thing that's really nice about doing things by yourself, especially for the mall, for example, is like if you want to try things on, if you want to, you know, go back around, you want to go to a different store, if you want to take a break, like there's so many different options that are not available to you when you're hanging out with other people. Medium stakes activities, like I said, going to the mall, maybe going to a park and reading a book. So a park is more like an open space. People can be there as groups, people can be there alone. You know, I like to go to parks and read a book. I like to have a picnic by myself. And again, once you get out of your head and realize that nobody cares about you, it's very empowering to just do whatever you want to do. And then gradually with time, you will want to do some more high stakes activities. So one of the high stakes activities for me was solo traveling. And I've only done one solo travel trip, and I'm really excited to potentially do more. And I vlogged my entire solo travel trip. You should definitely check it out. I went to Vancouver just for a weekend by myself. It was my first time ever. I decided to stay in the country, you know, especially given the currency, given the language, a place that was genuinely pretty safe. That's something that we cannot ignore, especially as a woman, a female presenting individual, and especially as a woman of color. That's always in the back of my mind. And then some other high stakes activities that I've recently done is going to the movies alone. I don't know why going to the movies alone was such like a hurdle. I've never done it before, but like you don't even talk to people when you go to movies. Why should you not be able to go alone? So that one was a high stakes one for me. Another one that was pretty difficult, to be honest, is eating alone, like dining out alone. It's easier to do this during times that are not as busy. So for example, like a brunch or a lunch. Dinner time sometimes can be a little bit tricky because everybody's kind of there with somebody else. It also depends on the establishment they choose. Like some of the more fancy places, I wouldn't go there by myself. But if there was something a little bit more casual, then I would be comfortable like sitting there alone. I always in the back of my mind think about, what if somebody were to think that I got stood up, or somebody were to think that I didn't have any friends? And then quickly I tell myself, who cares? Who cares if they think that? I want to enjoy this meal. I do not have to depend on somebody else to bring me there or take me with them, or, you know, schedule my life around them. And I can choose whatever I want on the menu that I like. One of the things that really stresses me out is when I pick a restaurant and people don't like the food. And that worries me because I brought them here and they paid their money for this place. But if you go by yourself, then you have no one to please but yourself. And if you picked somewhere that you didn't end up liking, then it doesn't impact anybody else but you. Because I am an introvert and my job as a genetic counselor is talking to people all day long, I really value having that time on my own to recharge. A lot of that time is spent at home, you know, doing things by myself, like watching TV, cooking dinner, reading a book. But once in a while, I will want to go out and explore and do things. And sometimes that's with people and sometimes that's not with anybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is a little bit different for me to do a video like this, but I have talked about this on my channel before, like my need for independence. It was one of the videos where I gave you an update on my mental health. Pretty soon after I moved back home, everything changed for me, like I said. But I hope that this video will help you to kind of create a plan and make those baby steps to being able to accomplish what you want to accomplish, in terms of spending time alone, spending quality time alone, and being comfortable with that. And every person's path will look different. So there are some people that have no interest in spending time alone, and that's completely fine. I know a lot of people in my life that would never want to experience activities the way I want to experience them. But there are also a lot of people that I've met that say, wow, it's really inspiring and empowering that you went and did all these things by yourself, and they want to do it too. So I hope that this was helpful for you. Let me know down below what other videos you want me to make, anything else in relation to solo dating, solo traveling. If you want me to vlog some more of my activities that I do out and about by myself, I'll be more than happy to do so. If you like this video, give it a huge thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.